Hello, got the kids in bed, and now I'm going to review a deal I got today. I wanted to take you guys a little bit on my journey of what I do. So before I even start with this, I did my own market research on an area that I want to invest in, and I've narrowed it down to basically 3 areas. So I'm wanting to look for operating partners in the Fort Myers area, which is where I live. And so I love looking for a deal close to me because it's something I can be more involved with. But I am still relying primarily on operators to run the business. We are also looking in Phoenix, Arizona, and also in the Austin and Houston, Texas area. And so once you've identified your markets, you can start delving into the market research and making sure that's an area you want to be investing in, and then finding operators who are in that area. And we will go more through vetting the operators themselves in another video. So I'm just going to want to take you on this journey. This is a deal I have been, as you can see by Cardinal Capital, I've been following probably for a good 5 years, Grant Cardone's business, and I've done his real estate courses. I've read his books, and a lot of that can help you kind of get an idea of what they look for. He has shifted a lot into Class A apartments, which a lot of times you'll see the returns on these being a little bit lower than like a Class C. Partially due to the risk is just lower on these apartments. You don't have as many usually problems with them. So we personally want deals that are after 1980s for that reason. If you do it before, and there are people who do that, and that's totally fine. It just depends on your business model. But a lot of times you run into wiring issues or foundation issues or piping issues or a host of issues. But there usually is a lot of opportunity also to add value to the property and then to turn around and sell it. From my experience, a lot of times the property itself doesn't appreciate a ton. Whereas with these newer builds, you're looking at the appreciation usually on the back end for your return, not necessarily on the front end. So you may get, if you're looking for more cash flow versus wealth building, it just depends on what your goals are. So this, just looking at it, just want to walk through this and kind of what I see that I like or don't like. I do know that Fort Myers, depending on the area, you can have some that are a little bit better than others. It looks like this is a nicer area, but we will do a little bit more market research later on that we'll go through together with you also. But if you just start looking through here, let's see, it does meet my numbers. So we look for 100 to 200 plus units, which this is 252. Average square foot is good. We have the year 2017, so meets that. 90% occupancy or more is what we look for, which you see that here. Usually you get below that, you're going to have problems sometimes with lenders. And then wondering right here, that looks about spot on. So another right here, $2 per square foot. This is something you want to check with how much the rents are going for, and that's about spot on for where we're at. So, and this is the pro forma, basically the NOI after the reserves. So this is what the apartment itself will be cash flowing. Let's see. This has beautiful, beautiful pool. Pools are huge in Florida because you pretty much can swim. All right, investment highlights. Let's see what we got here. So it's Class A garden style multifamily community, which we love. This is a key point here. So 147 below the leading rents comp. So this one you'll want to check on this also. But basically what this means that if you were to rent a similar property like this, that you could increase the rents by $147 and it still would be considered a marketable rent. And so you'll notice some of the apartments already look at like their market rent, but those that are not, you can basically once the tenant moves out, you can increase that, and that will increase your net operating income. Basically how much the apartment is bringing in. income household, 124,000. This is a key part we want to look at also, making sure that people who are renting these can afford them, right? And I mean, you got a lot of the typical amenities for a Class A apartment. Art, fitness center, a lot of this fun stuff. So let's see what else we got here. Location highlights. This is a very important part also. So you want to make sure if you're buying in a nice neighborhood. Let's see. So we've got Publix, shopping center close by. These are all great. Top Golf. I've actually been there. It's a really nice area. Top Golf, downtown Fort Myers. I know the traffic can get a little crazy over here. We've got hospitals. A lot of times that is also beneficial. People are close to their work, right? I wonder how easy it is to access the hospital from this place. Also, I know it can get a little congested up in North Fort Myers, so I love that we're by this I-75 here. I-75 will take you to a lot of the main roads, so great for commuting and stuff. And I would love to go out and drive this property and see where we're at. So now this is stuff I already know from my own market research. So Fort Myers is definitely a growing city. Lee County, 6th fastest growing country. We've had a huge influx of people moving here. Let's see. So this looks good. Let's see. There's a mall. Yep, close by airport. Yeah, this all looks pretty familiar from what I've already researched myself. Let's see what we got here. A couple of parks coming. So they've done research on the market, looking at that benefit to this community also, right? So we got around, looks like from what I understand, they bought an apartment just across from this apartment, which I will ask, but that is awesome also because then you can control the rents in that area more. So buying similar apartments that you own close together can be very beneficial also. Location, strong demographics. Let's see. Yep, you see right here that population growth. We've had a lot of it here. Let's see. You're going to make sure that people's income can support the rents. That is an important aspect of apartments. You can't afford them, that becomes an issue. Usually you're wanting them to be able to make 4 times more than what the rent cost is. So let's see. Major employments. Usually in a market, you're not wanting something that's going to have only one job source, okay? So I lived in an area that had a factory for beef, right? And if that factory were to go out of business or to leave town, literally that town would probably completely die out because there was no jobs outside of that factory. So having a good job diversity and market you invest into is also really great. So we've got, so we've got a good variety here. We're a very service-based area. And also one thing we look at also, I know Florida can be known for kind of the vacationers, but a lot of times the further north you get, and depending on where you're located, can be less seasonal. So that would be another thing we'd want to look at when we're looking at the financials. I know down in Naples, about 3 minutes south of here, a lot of times you'll see fluctuations depending on whether it's in season or out of season here in Florida. So once again, we got some more employers here. So yeah, we got a good diversity of employment, which is good for an area. Also, so recreational activities that people can go to that are nearby. And of course, our beautiful golfing and islands, which I love about Florida also. So it's good. I mean, this is awesome that they're close by. Easily accessible. Property looks beautiful. So I mean, just the vibe of the whole investment looks really good. Just an overview. We'll go more in depth over all these, but the unit mix, the year, even the rent, their value add. I mean, all that is good. Another thing, I know a lot of people have concerns about hurricanes. You can see what zone places are in to know, like obviously the islands got hit by that hurricane really bad, but even though like the main floor on some apartments was suffered, like depending on your zone and where you're at, like it's a lot less of an issue. Also, the newer buildings are being built to be more hurricane resistant, and so it becomes less. But I mean, you can look over here at structural mechanical specifications and learn more about that there too. So just kind of give you an idea. So let's look at this unit mix here. You got the market rents, right? So you got 2.9, 2.6, 2.0, right? So those are 1 bedrooms. So you can look at this and see already you have an opportunity right here to add an increase in the rents for these parts, right? So I also like here with I like to have more 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom places than 1 bedroom. So I mean, it's not necessarily a deal killer, but a lot of times you have a higher turnover with the 1-bedroom apartments. But so at 50, 60, 90, 114 there. So about 50-50 looks like. I mean, even us, when we lived in an apartment, within 3 months moved just to have the bigger space, but they didn't have any openings. So we had to go on a waiting list for an opening. So many people. Yeah, beautiful. You got a fitness center, you got a dog park, which is great. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot less value add to these. Like everything looks good. They're kind of a turnkey, more kind of property. Not a bad thing, depending on what you want. The big value add here is the $100 per door on that. So got the layout of the building. I'm trying to look and see what's behind there. Looks like homes, so you could check the price of these homes. Looks like a nicer. So yeah, even there was an apartment we went and looked at that had a flat top roof. The thing just looked like it was falling apart, and then it was next to a bunch of trailer homes. Just the vibe and the feel of the whole community wasn't. Now, once again, I know I keep saying this, but a lot of it just depends on what you're wanting, right? Like what you're wanting to invest in. But not something I'm terribly get excited about. So I love seeing these good location areas. So that's just kind of a quick walkthrough of what I see, what I like. It still looks great. I personally would invest in this deal. I like, from what I've seen. I will need to dive a little bit more into the financials, which when I get those, I can do. But just kind of looking at the overall, it does meet. It is a little bit newer than what I have invested in. But I do love the Fort Myers market, depending on where you're at. I am about 20 minutes south of here, so I would need to look up a little bit more about this specific area. But we will, on another video, go through more of the market research. We'll go through the financials, and we'll also go through. I guess another thing we could even go through it now is looking at the operator's past experience, like what kind of deals they've done, what their returns have been, etc. So, I think it's time for bed. So, anyways, just want to give you guys a quick overview of this. If you have any questions, you can post them below. If there's anything else you'd like to know or have me walk you through, just go ahead and let me know. Have a great day.